Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. This session focuses on the future of sociolinguistics as a discipline. I hope and expect by the end of this session, you would have an understanding of the dimensions of the future of sociolinguistics. Well, my dear students, sociolinguistics as a discipline in the modern sense originated in 1960s. With the works and with the contribution of Lebov that proved to be the initial works in the area. From there onwards, it has emerged as an interdisciplinary field that interacts with sociology, anthropology, and with linguistics. So, if I say that sociology, anthropology, and linguistics, if they create a triangle, I would say that sociolinguistics comes in the center of this triangle and thus connects with all the three of these major disciplines. As far as the scope of future developments in sociolinguistics are concerned, I would say the scope for future expansion is very, very vast. And why it is vast? Because of the multidisciplinary nature of sociolinguistics itself. It connects itself with, as I have already said, major disciplines like anthropology, sociology, and linguistics. Apart from that, as using it as an umbrella term, it connects with so many other disciplines. For example, within linguistics and sociolinguistics, bridging, if we look at that, there are a lot of future possibilities of collaborations and explorations in the fields of pragmatics, in the fields of discourse analysis, for example, in applied linguistics, for instance, as well. Well, my dear students, interdisciplinary research partnerships suit the nature of this discipline. The very nature of projects, the very nature of research projects, the very nature of, probings that I would say sociolinguistics is interested in, they kind of promote interdisciplinarity. They kind of promote being inclusive, allowing all, other kinds of disciplines to be inclusive in that. And this is a very, very positive, aspect of sociolinguistics, because this not only expands the scope of sociolinguistics, but also it increases, the scope of sociolinguistics in terms of its future, in terms of its existence, and in terms of its expansion in the coming times. Sociolinguistics can build interdisciplinarity both pedagogically as well as professionally. When it comes to teaching, when it comes to pedagogy, there are possibilities of connecting it to, for example, the other disciplines that are taught at higher education levels in various countries and in various regions and in various higher education institutions. For example, IR, political science, for example, gender studies, etc. And apart from these pedagogical, the teaching learning processes, professionally as well, sociolinguistics has this ability to be, interdisciplinary in nature, because professionally speaking, in terms of working as a professional in the field of sociolinguistics, in terms of being a researcher, the possibilities of being parts of different projects, of being part of different types of researches, being a member of different communities of work, for example, of governments, of administration, of academia, etc. For a sociolinguist, it is very possible to easy to do all this, because the nature of sociolinguistics is of being all inclusive. Another very important dimension that throws light on a very positive future of sociolinguistics as a discipline is, that it seems through the recent decades that it can bridge the gaps in theory and method. The theoretical perspectives that certain disciplines offer and the practical applications of those methods in the sociocultural backgrounds where, language operates, or where language is used by the users for social functioning. So this bridging of the gaps is a very, very positive aspect that adds to the possibilities of its expansion in future. The possibilities of future interdisciplinarity and the scholarship in the interdisciplinary sense between sociolinguistics, for example, and sociologists is one of the ways that can fill in the gap. When we look at, for example, the relationship of these two disciplines, sociology and sociolinguistics, sociology has, presented a lot of research, but, from the perspectives of, tools of data collection, and from the perspectives of grounding into theory, sociology has not been that strong as has been linguistics or, sociolinguistics. So, by combining them, by kind of bringing interdisciplinary, approach in them in the coming times, in the future, there is a possibility that, a lot of, work can be performed in research. And, sociology, that despite all its efforts and work in the areas of conversation analysis and discourse analysis, it has, it needs certain linguistic tools. It would be supported by sociolinguistics. And on the other hand, vice versa, sociolinguistics can be, sociolinguistic perspectives can be addressed from the sociological perspective as well. So, the combination would serve both of these, what we may call the future, interdisciplinary perspectives that can be taken. So, I hope this gives you an idea of that as far as a discipline, the existing, condition of sociolinguistics is concerned, it has come a far, far longer way than, probably it was expected when it was at the very beginning stages. And when we look at the future dimensions, the future of sociolinguistics as a discipline seems to be very, very bright, basically because of its interdisciplinary nature.